You awaken in Razor Hill, Part 6. Equip armor. You put on nearly every piece of armor, leaving your helmet off. It's really uncomfortable, and you're really starting to like the cool, smooth feeling of silk wrapped around your head. Fashion a torch/lantern. You break a wood off the desk. It topples over with a loud whump. There is a jingling of metal. You wind a few unequipped, exciting undergarments about the end of the leg. There we go. That looks flammable. Hack the innkeeper's body to pieces with the Arcanite Ripper. You gingerly tap the innkeeper with the Arcanite Ripper and fall back with a girlish yelp. This is as close as you can get to attacking the innkeeper's corpse. Dance like Michael Jackson in an attempt to summon the undead. You don't actually want to summon the undead. Actually, really exactly the opposite. Really the opposite, entirely. Send Scratch Fever to patrol the perimeter of the town. Scratch Fever is overjoyed that you have given him such an important task and hurries out to get work out immediately. He chooses a path that takes him all the way around the small town, and fairly marches, face stony, hunches tensed, ready to make you proud of your new blood brother. Swear tits off. You unleash a stream of foulness and profanity so dire, you are positive you just saw the innkeeper's corpse blush. Right will. You leave it all to your little brother Horde Rogue, a rogue who recently hit level 12. How it pains you to think you may never see his innocent smiling face again. Leave in. Search large central building, the one across the town from the inn, with the class trainers in it. Whistle a tune and exit the inn, and search the two remaining buildings in Razor Hill. Quite obviously and completely empty. Wow. You walk downstairs and exit the inn. Razor Hill looks exactly the same as it did the last time you saw it, with the sole addition of your pet, Scratch Fever, dutifully patrolling the edges of the abyssal darkness. You enter into the large central building with your rifle ready, and oh fucking god, what the hell happened in there? The large central building, which is composed entirely of a single room with an extremely high ceiling, appears to have been painted in just bits of people. Bits, all over the place. The room is an abattoir. The floor is totally obscured by mangled, shredded, severed limbs, torsos, hands, faces, bones, meat all piled up several feet deep. It's just piles of gore in here. Like several hundred people spontaneously exploded all at once for no good reason. And then, very suddenly, it isn't. You are standing in the large central building. This is a clean and orderly meeting hall of the Horde, the kind you grew up in. Normally, several quest givers and several class trainers stand in this room, waiting patiently to dole out knowledge or important contracts to burgeoning adventurers of the Horde. It is completely empty at the moment, with nothing so much as a single scrap of cloth to adorn the walls, or a single bit of furniture to rest on the floor. It's just a big, empty room. Drink a mana potion. Well, at least the waste of 25 gold came to some use. Your mana pool is now at 85%. You now have one mana potion left. Look around and scratch your ass. Hey, nobody's watching. Fiddle with yourself. Not like there's anyone to do it for me and need to get out some stress. God. You thrust one hand down the front of your pants and then the other down the back. You are one classy guy. I grab my convenient phone and call Joey. You grab your convenient... what? And call who? You run this over and over in your mind a few times, trying to wrap your brain around it. Grab your convenient... phone? And call who? Choi? You want to call Choi? What the hell is a phone? And why would you want to drag the ogres into this? Jesus, aren't there enough terrible smells going around? Wonder if I had a drug trip from drinking too much troll sweat. 'Cause seeing mangled corpses all over, and then suddenly not. It's freaky, man. It's freaky. It's amazing how easy this comes to you. You were, in fact, just about to wonder that all on your own, without any outside help. If I hadn't already, finish fiddling, 'cause it's time to kick bubblegum and chew ass and I'm all out of gum. Wait. You strike a heroic pose, but at this point, not even you'd be fooled by it. Girl. Call Scratch Fever. Since entering Razor Hill, Pyramid Hogger hasn't come about. Make Scratch Fever quit patrolling. Then make him inspect the innkeeper's tortured body. Bribe him with treats to do it. You let out a sharp whistle for Scratch Fever, who bounds dutifully to your side. Scratch Fever will remember his patrol route, and will return to patrolling Razor's Hill perimeter on command. You do not, however, have anywhere near the amount of kibble bites necessary to convince Scratch Fever to do so much as touch the corpse. Go back to the inn and inspect the drawer with the jingling noise. You return to the inn, climb the stairs, recoil in horror again at the innkeeper's corpse, and carefully search the drawer you toppled in your torch-making rampage. There is a very small key on the floor here. It fell off when the drawer fell over. And I do mean small, by the way, and flimsy too. One of those cheap little aluminum alloy affairs that probably fits some old unused lockbox intended for rogues to practice their lockpicking on. You put it in your inventory nonetheless. Ted Nugget receives item. One small, cheap key. Head for Senjin Village. Senjin, that's what it's called. Senjin. Right. You sling your rifle over your shoulder and prepare yourself to head down the south trail, leading to Senjin Village. Lord, that place always smells like fish. Turn up the light/gamma. Video setup. Graphics quality. I'm not going to read all of that. You turn the gamma/lighting slider all the way up. This doesn't appear to have any effect on anything, really. While you're here, you try to shout out blood/gore, in hopes that maybe this game might become a little less incredibly dangerous. But the option appears to be broken. It won't shut off. Neither will the last one. Oh, he has blood/gore selected. Idle animations, a billion restless eyes ceasingly watching you. And he tries to turn it off, but it won't let him. I got it. That's what happens. That's what I get for skipping that. Change game difficulty to easy mode for little girls. Option setup. Difficulty low. Monstrous. Kind of low. Pyramid Hogger, no option. There are only the options in the option setup. The game doesn't really give you a whole lot to choose from. Monstrous, you don't even know what this is supposed to mean. Interestingly, it looks like the game is already set to being pretty easy. You attempt to slide the bar all the way to the easiest setting, and everything gets slid over. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus, oh Jesus, that's not what you meant to do. You furiously attempt to get the difficulty of Monstrous back to where they were, but it appears to be too late. The game is no longer paused. Equip male armor. You're already wearing almost all of your male armor. Well, except for your male helmet, but really it's ugly. I mean ugly. Ugly like cruelty to babies. Ugly like festering scar. It makes you look like a demented rhino. You hate this helmet. You throw it away if you weren't sure you might probably need it again at some point. For now, you elect to keep the exciting undergarments equipped on your head. Jump into the ocean and swim for it. There is no ocean nearby to jump in. There isn't even any water in the horse trouts for you to jump into and splash around, pretending you're in the ocean. Break down and tell Scratch Fever how much you appreciate him in case you don't survive this. You crouch by your blood brother's side. Place a hand on his head and tell him you've always loved him. You tell him you remember the first time the two of you met, the fateful day in Eastern Barrens. How you knew he would always be your faithful friend. How you've appreciated him every moment of every day you've been together. He was your blood brother, and you are proud to be his master. Scratch Fever has gained 2 levels of loyalty. Scratch Fever is now your worthy squire. You don't tell him how you were actually looking for Echiaki that day, nor that you completely settled for Scratch Fever after getting fed up with your piss-poor luck finding that damn lion. Not wanting any of the unseen creatures to follow you, you cast Aspect of the Beast. This may actually be the very first time this aspect has ever come in useful to you. As a matter of fact, you're dead positive this is the first time you have ever actually cast this aspect. There's dust on the spell. You don't think that's possible. Aspect of the Beast is now active. Ted Nugget is untrackable. Send Scratch Fever out to scout for demons, undead, or dragonkin. Scratch Fever flat out refuses to actually leave Razor Hill without you to scout, worthy squire or not. He does, however, eagerly snap back to his patrol route, around the perimeter of Razor Hill. Check the Razor Hill bunker for clues. You poke your head into the Razor Hill bunker. This is a squat, circular, 2-story bunker, wreathed with spikes and adorned with trophies of battle. Yet another building specifically intended to quest givers. Like the rest of this town, is currently devoid of life. The quest giver, you never caught his name, is busily being a desiccated corpse. Desiccated. The body looks like it's made of paper mache, like he'll crumble into dust if you touch him. There is an old crate here. There is a quest giver's corpse here. There is a curious tome here. Go over to the blacksmith forge and other equipment to see if you can find something that could be used as a melee weapon if you happen to run out of bullets. You leave the bunker, assured that you'll be back in there momentarily to be more closely inspect the place, and hurry to the little bazaar at the edge of the town. Furiously, you scout through empty boxes and abandoned stands. You find a few items of interest and add them to your inventory. Ted Nugget receives item, 100 Serenite shells. Ted Nugget receives item, 1 skinning knife. Ted Nugget receives item, 1 mystic wand. You look at the mystic wand with disgust. Look at that, it's got higher DPS than your goddamn rifle. How the hell is that fair? You can't even equip this stupid thing. All you can do is just stare at it and wish you were a mage or something. God, look at that top end, stupid casters, stupid wands. Finally, head towards Senjin Village. Maybe the war chief escaped Orgrimmar and is now there with the troll leader, Vol'jin. Begin your journey to Senjin Village. You whistle for Scratch Fever, who bounds dutifully to your side. You check your gear. 300 bullets is terrible. Isn't terrible. 100% mana and health. Scratch Fever's in great shape. Okay then. You dally at the edge of the town in case you get the urge to check the bunker more carefully as you dare yourself to step out of the, so far, fairly safe town of Razor Hill. And off into the unknown. Firstly, freak out about the difficulty being set to absolutely destruction of everything if you so much as tip even slightly. Oh Jesus, what have I done? Oh God, oh God, oh God, what do I do, what do I do? Everybody panic, Scratch Fever runs around you in circles, excitedly nipping at your legs. He has no idea what's going on, but man is this fun. Attempt to lodge self between a box and wall so the auto attack feature can't be abused. Can be abused. You stick yourself between a box and a wall and get yourself wedged in real good and just sit there, waiting for something to happen. After several minutes, you begin to feel very, very silly and dejectedly pry yourself free. Examine old crate. Search the crate. Not really excited about your trek through the alien landscape towards the tiny little nothing of a village that always smells like fish, you would like to spend just a little bit more time in Razor Hill for the moment. You enter the bunker again and examine the old crate. This is an old crate. It is composed of rotting wood and is in terrible state of disrepair. It appears to be filled with something. You pry off the lid and look inside. It's notes. Thousands upon thousands of notes, memos, little scrolls, messages. Thousands of them in various states of age. You dump out the piles of messages onto the floor and give them a cursory once over. You lift at a random and give it a read. Though, it's quest text. You can't quite make heads or tails of it, as most of the text is broken, and a lot of it is really poorly spelled. But you're very sure this is quest text. All of these notes, it's like they're rejected or unused quest texts. You can even see rewards listed at the bottom. This is extremely strange. As you dump out the pile, you were fairly certain you saw a glimpse of gold, but you can't be sure of anything in this insane place.